Long live the king.
Is Godzilla immortal? Or is he just long-lived? Welcome back to the channel, folks, and today, once again, we're diving into the world of the Monsterverse to discuss why Godzilla has been around for so long, how he has done this, and does this make the Big G, the king of the monsters, immortal? Now, in the 2014 movie Godzilla, we are introduced to Titanus Gojira, a giant reptilian creature that has been long dormant and has now awakened and slowly become more active. We know these creatures are ancient, we know they are long-lived and have survived for millions of years. But how? The prequel graphic novel, Godzilla Awakening, explains the origin of the Monsterverse's Godzilla, and although many people claim it to be removed from canon, there is no official word from Legendary on this, and even certain events in later movies have tied directly to the prequel comic. So it would appear that although they may not out and out reference the comic in the movies, much like say Marvel doesn't with their one-shots, Godzilla Awakening is canon. In the prequel, we learn that Godzilla is an ancient giant, a creature, an alpha predator from the Permian period in Earth's history, when the planet began to become inhospitable for him and his species. They found their way inside the Earth, under the sea, anywhere to consume and feed and thrive off of the Earth's own radiation. He was the alpha predator of the ecosystem, him and his species. They would stop the other giant titans from overpopulating the planet and destroying the world. But they then began to lay in a dormant state due to Earth and the lack of radiation. Now, we know he would appear throughout Earth's history. Whether it was the Godzilla we see in the Monsterverse or not isn't clear, but we know the species did surface, inspiring myths and legends to be built around them, even religions. A lot of people point to the skeleton that we see in Godzilla 2014 as another Godzilla, one that was destroyed. There are some naysayers on this due to the skeleton itself being too long, too serpent-like, and also the ribcage not really fitting the Godzilla biology. However, in the commentary for the film, it is confirmed to likely be a Godzilla. And as we know, King Ghidorah has battled against a Godzilla before. Whether it's the Godzilla we now know of, again, is unconfirmed. But these events are worth discussing because they indicate whether Godzilla is immortal or not. We know Godzilla is essentially immortal in terms of the lifespan he has. He may have some cell mechanism like the lobster, just on a larger scale. So he may be deemed biologically immortal, which can also be defined as bio-indefinite mortality, which I appreciate sounds like total and utter nonsense, but it's actually a legitimate scientific term and an actual thing. Use some Google if you don't believe me. Godzilla coming into contact with King Ghidorah, and just how powerful King Ghidorah is, would likely indicate that actually what we have seen on the cave paintings of a battle between the two is quite possibly another of Godzilla's species. King Ghidorah may be the reason Godzilla is alone. That is, if Godzilla is alone. The fact we have seen a skeleton, which was indicated to likely be a Godzilla skeleton, again tells us that Godzilla is not immortal in the sense that he can be killed. We know he feels pain, and even in the trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters, we see him noticeably hurt. Half of his face even appears to have been bitten into, bleeding, and he's worse for wear. If Godzilla was able to have a constant supply of radiation, it would appear that actually he is indeed immortal, in the sense that his cells won't age to the point of death. He is indeed biologically immortal. However, he can be killed through other means, which makes for great lore to the world, and it also allows us, the viewer, to feel that Godzilla may be at risk, rather than just being some infinitely powerful killing machine that can't be stopped. So I hope that answers your question and you enjoyed this deep dive into the Godzilla Monsterverse. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have anything further to add, please do leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you are new here and you liked this video, then hit the subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on to be notified of all future uploads. As always, I've been Mr. H.